let's come back to what seems to be, I guess, one of the reasons for all of this is your blog. And I mean, you've been very open on your website. You speak your mind, and I guess maybe to some extent that's what's gotten you in trouble. But have you broken on the website caucus confidentiality?
Well, people are free to have a look at my website, which is garth.ca. They can go there, go there, have a look. Everything I've said is published there. I haven't changed a word. Everything I've written for right back to the election is there. People can see exactly what I said about every issue. And if they do read it, they will see that caucus confidentiality is not an issue.
Well, has anything been changed?
Pardon me?
Have you changed anything?
No, I haven't. Everything's the way I wrote it. And I'm a big boy. I've been a member of Parliament twice. I've been a Conservative cabinet minister. I've been a leadership contender for the party. I know how the system works. I know what caucus confidentiality means, and I'm not the guy who's going to break it. It's easy to throw those labels around, but they don't stick, my friend.
All right, well, okay, fair enough, because there's one blogger out there who's got on his site what he claims is an altered version of a post, I believe, from May about Jim Prentice, and the post that is there is talking about Indian Affairs Minister Jim Prentice, but that the original version said, quote, it wasn't too long ago that Indian Affairs Minister Jim Prentice took the podium in National Caucus to brief people on the soon-to-be-announced settlement for Aboriginal people. That when he announced the billion-dollar amount involved, the room let out one collective gasp, that those things were taken out of the post that were there originally. Is that wrong?
It's not wrong. Very often I will, edit things or tighten them up or that sort of thing. It's sort of a normal writing process. So there's certainly no particular reason why anything like that would be a change for political reasons. It's just simply a writer trying to improve what I do.
But it sounds like details of a caucus meeting that were there originally and taken up.
Yeah, well, I guess if that were an issue for the Conservative Party, they would have brought it up today. They didn't. Everything I say, it's very transparent what I've done. But, I think the more important thing here, it really is, what is the role of a member of Parliament?
Mm-hmm.
What do people want? And they want members of Parliament who, are just singing the same song sheets, and they don't tell their constituents what to believe because that's what's been decided in Ottawa. I don't think Canadians actually want that.
Well, no, and I don't want that either. So that's why I'm sympathetic here on that point.
Spanning the globe, from here to there, and everywhere in between. The World Tonight with Rob Breckenridge on AM 770 CHQR.
Well, as I said, we got some open line time coming up in our next hour to give us more time to talk about this and some other stuff. We'll be a little tight here coming up to the top of the hour, but I guess I should give props. Stephen Taylor is the blogger's name. We chatted with Stephen before. He's made news on a couple of occasions. StephenTaylor.ca is his website. And this business about the altered post. This is just off Stephen's website here. He writes, in his news conference today, Garth Turner challenged members of the media to find record of him breaching caucus confidentiality. Garth explained that his blog contains record of what he has said. I have found a section which has been altered. In the original version, it said it wasn't too long ago that Indian Affairs Minister Jim Prentice took the podium in National Caucus to brief people on the soon-to-be-announced settlement for Aboriginal people victimized by the rail-going Liberals had struck, essentially handing over money without proof of a person actually had been at one of those places. Goes on, and then another line here, still when he announced the multi-billion-dollar amount involved, the room let out one collective gasp. It was simply breathtaking. Enough money, okay, on and on it goes. So then the altered post, I guess the one that is there, is still there. So it wasn't too long ago that Indian Affairs Minister Jim Prentice took over the highly complex issue of compensation for Aboriginal people victimized by the residential school experience. It's a multi-billion-dollar deal, simply breathtaking, enough money to give the Canadian military. So a lot of this still sounds the same, but what has clearly been removed then is some specific reference to, he said this in caucus. The room let out a collective gasp. Now, maybe it's kind of silly that everything that goes on in caucus is hush-hush and a big secret. Okay, fair enough. But at the moment, I mean, that's how everybody does business. There is caucus confidentiality as everybody accepts that and plays by the rules. So Garth says, okay, maybe I change that a bit. I sometimes write things and then go back and change them a bit. But I don't know. I didn't mean to ambush him or set him up, but I mean, I gave him a chance, You know, were things changed or altered on the website? When he says it's all there for you to see, you know, it's kind of saying that that's what I wrote then, it's all still there, the record of what I wrote is there. Did you change anything? Nothing's been changed? Nope. Well, what about this? Well, okay, you know, maybe some things were changed. So, you know, there was a chance for him to say, look, this guy's got it wrong, this blogger, you know, typed that in himself, or yeah, I never really wrote that. So, you know, I didn't want to feel like I was setting him up or seem like I was setting him up, but so again, I mean, would that be cause to kick him out of the party? I mean, obviously it was up there. He didn't leave it up there. Maybe he thought, well, maybe I shouldn't have put that in. He took it off. Took it off his website. Nobody I saw, you know, speaking on behalf of the Conservative Party said, yeah, the business he wrote back in May about Jim Prentice, that's why we're kicking him out of caucus in October. So, not the reason for this happening. But I mean, I think it whittles away his argument here that they say he's broken caucus confidentiality, and no, he never has. Well, hang on a second, not so fast.